This story begins with a man named Sebastian who works as a cashier in a bank in Germany. At present, Sebastian was recording a video on his laptop, and in this video he was telling the story of a man named Hans Wagen. According to this story, Hans was a great locksmith who lost all the members of his family in an accident. Now, in the memory of his family, he invented the 4 most unique lockers of this world and named these lockers the Rheingold, the Valk, the Siegfried, and the Gotterdam. Hans had designed these lockers in such a way that if someone tries to open them forcefully, all the things present inside them will burn to ashes. Now, when Hans's work was completed, he locked himself inside the Gotterdam locker made by him forever. Now, even after 1,000,000 attempts, when no one could open this locker, it was considered Hans's tomb and buried in the depths of the ocean. Now, according to this story of Sebastian, out of those 4 lockers made by Hans, 3 lockers are still present in this world. But nobody knows where and who has it. Now, after telling the whole story, Sebastian closed the video and uploaded it on the top. After this, he tried to open a locker kept on the table, and within just 3 seconds, he opened this locker. Now, seeing his amazing agility, Sebastian himself was quite surprised and happily went to work. He bought a coffee from a nearby coffee shop and went straight to his bank. Now, as soon as he reached the bank, he encountered a lady who was screaming at him like crazy because the bank had not passed his check. Now, in the midst of this shouting, Sebastian's eyes went to the TV, and on the news he saw that zombies have attacked in different countries of the world. Now, hearing this news, Sebastian got a little scared, and he also started thinking that the lady in front of him was a zombie. So without delay, he passed the check of this lady and sent her away from here. Now, at lunchtime, when Sebastian opened his YouTube channel, he was completely surprised. Today was the first time someone commented on his video. Now, at night, Sebastian reached the place, where there were already a lot of people present. Actually, a safe-breaking competition was organized in this building, and Sebastian also wanted to participate in it. Now, very soon, the first round started, and all the people present here started opening their lockers. Now, since Sebastian was an expert in this work, he passed all the rounds one by one and reached the final very easily. Now, in the final round, he faced a boy named Neo, and the task of both of them was to open a very complicated locker within 3 minutes. Now, as soon as the time started, Neo started working on his work, but on the other hand, Sebastian looked absolutely calm and carefree as if he had nothing to do with this game. But when there were only 30 seconds left in the clock, he touched the safe and felt it and opened this door within just 10 seconds. Seeing this, everyone was surprised and started clapping for Sebastian. Now, amidst the echo of this applause, his eyes fell on a lady named Gwen, and as soon as he saw this beautiful lady, Sebastian got attracted to her, although he was unaware that Gwen would change his life. And with time, he will come to know many interesting things about Gwen, such as she was only 6 years old when she stole her first watch. At the age of 16, she had a heartbreak and stole her first car, and at the age of just 17, Interpol issued a red notice on her. Now, the next morning, Sebastian again reached that coffee shop where, on seeing Gwen, he spilled the entire coffee on himself. After this, both of them sat on a table where Gwen revealed that the one who commented on that video was none other than herself. Gwen says that I am a wanted thief, and the police of the whole world is after me, and my next mission is to rob those 3 unique lockers which you mentioned in your video, that is, those 3 safes of Hans Wagen. Actually, Gwen wanted to include Sebastian in this plan because no one knows better than Sebastian about the safes made by Wagen. She explains to Sebastian that they have only 4 days to carry out this robbery, because after 4 days, all these lockers will be stolen. The locations of the vaults will be changed. After this, she gave an address to Sebastian and told him that if you are ready for this mission, then you should reach this address by tomorrow morning. Now that night, Sebastian reached his home and started thinking about the offer given by Gwen. Now, since he was a big fan of Hans Wagen and always wanted to open those vaults, he decided to join Gwen's plan. Now, the next day, he reached the address given by Gwen where he met the rest of the team. Apart from Gwen, there were 3 more people in this team whose names were Karina, Rolf, and Brad. Karina is the hacker of this team, while Rolf is the driver of this team and Brad is the gunman of this team. Now all of them together explained the whole plan to Sebastian, and without wasting time left for Paris because one of those 3 vaults, rain gold, is present in a bank in Paris. Now, according to the plan, Sebastian went inside the bank and hid in the toilet of the locker room. After this, Gwen moved towards the bank with a lot of stuff and the guards. On the pretext of giving her the goods, she stole the key of the back door of the bank. After this, she came inside the bank where she had already got a locker opened, so a bank staff took her to the locker room and she herself left from there. After this, Gwen took Sebastian out of the toilet and took him to the place where the rain gold safe was kept. Now seeing this beautiful safe, Sebastian was stunned because opening the safe of the wagon was his childhood dream. Now, without wasting time, he started his work and opened all the locks one by one. Soon he opened this safe, inside which there was a pile of money. After this, both of them went inside and started filling all this money inside the bags. On the other hand, the rest of the team members did not get distracted by the attention of the bank employees, and taking advantage of this opportunity, Gwen and Sebastian escaped from the back door of the bank. Now, after carrying out this theft, Sebastian's happiness knew no bounds, and today, for the first time in his life, he was feeling like a main character. Now in the next scene, we see the Interpol headquarters where the police got the news of this robbery. Actually, the security cameras installed in the bank had captured Gwen and her companions who were already on the Interpol hit list. Now in this meeting, we see an officer named Daily Crow, who has been searching for Gwen and her companions for the last several years. Here, Daily Crow tells everyone that if these thieves have opened the first vault of the van, then they will definitely go after the other 2 vaults, and the second vault of the van is present in Prague. After this, we see Gwen and her companions who were celebrating their success. Now during this party, Karina came to Sebastian and tried to kiss him, but Sebastian refused to do so because he liked Gwen and not Karina. On this, Karina tells him that Gwen is already in a relationship and her boyfriend is Brad. But at the moment, nothing is fine between them, and very soon they can break up. Now that night, Sebastian, he went to Gwen's room and both of them started talking to each other. But unfortunately, Brad saw them and he got very angry with Sustin. Next day, the whole team reached Prague where the second safe of the wagon was kept, but they were unaware that Daily Carr and his team were already waiting for them. Now, as per the plan, Gwen and Sebastian went inside posing as bank employees and reached the lift following Karina's instructions. But in the meantime, the security got suspicious and 2 security guards came to question Gwen and Sebastian. But before they could ask any questions, Gwen very cleanly finished them off and quickly reached the safe. On the other hand, we see Daily Carr who was waiting for these thieves outside the bank, but when he did not see any movement for a long time, he got worried and went inside the bank. But after coming inside, it was revealed that the safe he was looking for had been shifted to another branch of the bank a week ago. Has been given, and this meant that the police were present somewhere else, and this robbery was happening in some other bank. Now, without wasting time, all of them ran towards that bank so that they could catch Gwen and her companions. On the other hand, Sebastian started opening that safe, and after a little effort, he was successful in it. Now, after opening the second safe of the wagon, Sebastian became crazy with happiness and hugged Gwen. On the other hand, the security team of the bank issued a high alert in the entire bank because there was no trace of those 2 guards. Now, as soon as the high alert was sounded, Karina started Plan B and sent Brad inside the bank as a robber. Now, as soon as he came inside, he took all the people present in the bank at gunpoint, due to which everyone's attention shifted from Gwen and Sebastian to him. Taking advantage of this destruction, both of them filled all the money in the banks, and as soon as the work was over, gave a signal to Brad. Now, as soon as he got the signal, Brad started coming out of the bank, but then a security guard shot him on his shoulder. But despite this, Brad did not stop and somehow reached his car. Now, as soon as Brad came out, the rest of the people present in the bank also started coming out and taking advantage of this crowd. Gwen and Sebastian also came out. After this, they ran towards their car where Brad pulled Gwen inside but deliberately pushed Sebastian out. Brad did this because he was not happy to see Gwen and Sebastian together, and he was afraid that Sebastian might steal Gwen from him. Here Sebastian saw police cars coming towards him, and to save his life, He took a bicycle and started running from there. Now, after running for a long time, he finally dodged the police and got out of Parag by sitting on a train. On the other hand, there was an argument between Gwen and Brad, on which Brad explained to her that now they do not need Sebastian because they have looted 2 vaults of Han, and now they have wealth worth millions of dollars, and so they do not need to open that 3rd vault. Gwen was not affected by these things, and she decided to go back to Sebastian. Here Brad tried a lot to stop her, but Gwen came out of the car without listening to anything. Now Karina also came out of the car along with Gwen, and both of them decided to leave Brad and search for Sebastian. Somehow Sebastian reached his house where Gwen and Karina were already waiting for him. Now seeing both of them in front of him, Sebastian became red with anger and asked both of them to leave from here. On this, Gwen explained to him that Brad was doing this theft only for money, while my and your purpose was to open those 3 safes of the wagon. Here, Gwen promised Sebastian that no matter what happens, I will never leave you. Hearing this, Sebastian also calmed down and agreed to open that 3rd safe. After this, all 3 reached Switzerland, where the last safe of the wagon was kept in a very big casino, but these 3 did not know what to do. Apart from this, someone else was also present in Switzerland, and that was Deli Crow. This time, Deli Crow decided that he would let these thieves enter the casino and arrest them by catching them red-handed. Meanwhile, Deli Crow's team tapped Karina's radio frequency and found out that Gwen and Sebastian would go inside the casino at 5 to open that safe. Now Deli Crow waited for full 8 hours, and as soon as the clock struck 5 o'clock, he went inside with his team and asked the owner of the casino about that safe. To this lady replied that a few hours ago, Interpol had informed me that the last safe of the casino was on the target of thieves, and it would be better if I shift it to a safe place. Actually, 8 hours ago, Karina called the owner of the casino posing as an Interpol officer and gave her this false information. Now, on the basis of this information, the owner of the casino contacted a security company so that they could take the safe to a safe place, so that they could shift it to a safe place, but the work of shifting the safe was not done by any security company, but by Gwen and Sebastian. Now here, Daily Crow understood that Karina had deliberately leaked her conversation so that she could mislead the police and carry out this theft. After this, we see Gwen and Sebastian, who had gone far away with that safe, and now Sebastian was about to open this last safe too. On the other hand, Brad and his partner were waiting for Gwen and Sebastian outside the casino so that they could steal that last safe from them. But when they did not see any movement for a long time, they tracked Gwen's phone, and then it was revealed that she and Sebastian had already stolen that safe. As soon as they came to know about this, they immediately went after both of them. But in the meantime, Karina saw Brad's phone on her system, which was rapidly moving towards Gwen and Sebastian. But before she could inform Gwen about this, the police arrested them. They surrounded him from all sides and asked him to surrender, but before getting arrested, he somehow informed Gwen and destroyed his phone by putting it under the car. On the other hand, Sebastian opened this last safe too, and his happiness knew no bounds after opening this safe. After this, they stopped the car and started filling all the money present in the safe in bags. But before these people could leave from here, Brad reached there and pointed his gun at both of them. Actually, Brad also wanted his share in that money, but Gwen refused to do so. Now, on hearing no, Brad became red with anger and he shot Sebastian, but luckily Sebastian's life was saved because Brad's gun was empty. On this, Gwen told him that I have not put bullets in your gun till date because I was sure that you will definitely betray me one day. Saying this, he took out his gun and took control of the whole situation. After this, he took Brad and Rolf out of the car. She tied him up and ran away with Sebastian after taking the money. Now, as per the plan, Gwen and Sebastian reached a boat so that they could escape the country through the river, but before running away, Sebastian fearfully expressed his love, and Gwen also accepted his love. But before both of them could run away from here, Dalek followed them and reached here. He pointed his gun at Gwen and Sebastian and asked them to surrender. But Gwen refused to do so and took out her gun, pointing it at Dalek. Here, he told the Dalek, I am ready to surrender, but in return, you will have to leave Sebastian. Now, Dalek had no other option, so he accepted this offer and gave Sebastian permission to leave from here. Here, Gwen promised Sebastian that she would meet him again very soon, and together, they would find the last safe of the wagon, which is hidden somewhere in the depths of the ocean. With a heavy heart, Sebastian said goodbye to Gwen and left from there, sitting in the boat. Now, after many years, we are shown Sebastian in California, where he does the business of making lockers, and he has named his shop after Gwen. Now one day, a couple comes to Sebastian and shows him a map of a vault and asks if he can open this vault. Now, after seeing this map, Sebastian becomes very happy, because this was not just any ordinary vault, but the last vault of Wager, which was lost somewhere in the sea. Here, Sebastian got ready for this mission, and with this wonderful movie ends here.